Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into an absolutely wild story. Two friends, a mysterious island that's supposedly crawling with dinosaurs, and a 100-day challenge. But their goal isn't just to make it out alive, it's to capture living, breathing, prehistoric beasts. So, the whole mission, the entire crazy idea, it all kicks off with this one question about the so-called Lost Island. Rumors are flying around that dinosaurs have been seen there, but nobody really knows if it's true or how that could even be possible. This is the mystery that pulls them in. And that's when the two friends decide, hey, let's go find out for ourselves. But they aren't just planning on a little camping trip to take some photos. Nope. Their plan is way bigger. They're going to survive in this super dangerous place, surrounded by who knows what, and actually bring back dinosaurs. For real.
Yeah, so their big plan, it immediately goes sideways. The second they get there, the road is just gone, completely blocked. They have to ditch their truck, and just as a storm starts to roll in, they're forced to head into this dark, seriously creepy jungle on foot with all these weird noises all around them. So they're scrambling for cover, trying to get away from the storm and whatever is making those sounds, and they stumble on this massive, crumbling building. Looks like an old ruin, maybe. But then one of them says something kind of weird that ends up changing absolutely everything. And get this, inside, it's not just a roof over their heads. They find a ton of useful iron, which is great. But they also find something way, way more important. An old, forgotten railway track. That crazy train station idea? Maybe not so crazy after all. And sitting right there on the track is a single, beat-up old cart. This is it. This is their one shot to get around the island without being dinner for every predator out there. They patch it up real quick with parts from their own truck, and that's when their real journey finally gets started. Okay, so at first, the cart was just a cart. Super basic, but they figured out really fast that it was basically a death trap on wheels. Their survival literally depended on upgrading this thing. First, they slapped on some simple walls for defense. But the real game changer was building that first dedicated container. That's when their little cart stopped being just a ride and became a mobile fortress and a prehistoric art. And it wasn't just the train they had to figure out. They had to become dinosaur experts, like overnight. And they learned their two totally different playbooks. The peaceful plant eaters, you could pretty much chill out and tame them with some wheat. But the aggressive carnivores, well, that was a whole different story. That meant getting up close and personal with raw meat and a whole lot of nerve. And then, while they're taming their first couple of herbivores, they notice something huge. They see these little colored circles floating over the dinosaurs' heads. Turns out, that's how you tell the males from the females. All of a sudden, this wasn't just about collecting random animals. They could actually put together breeding pairs. You gotta understand, this was a huge moment for them. They managed to lure their first tamed dinos into that container they built on the train. The mission suddenly felt real. They weren't just a couple of guys trying to survive anywhere. They were officially dinosaur collectors. And after that, their collection just exploded. As they pushed deeper into the island, they started capturing all sorts of new species. They filled up their train with everything from those first herbivores to some seriously dangerous carnivores, and even these massive, powerful beasts they could actually ride that would just smash through the trees. But even with all this success, they knew the job wasn't done. There was one big prize left to get. They had to find and capture the undisputed king of this entire island, the Tyrannosaurus Rex. And just like that, their search comes to a terrifying end. Because the hunter becomes the hunted. Without any warning, the ground starts shaking. A massive T-Rex just smashes through the trees, not as something they found, but as a relentless monster that's chasing one of them down. Okay, so in total panic mode, they cook up this absolutely insane plan on the fly. One guy is going to be the bait, literally running for his life to keep the T-Rex busy. At the same time, the other guy scrambles up high where it's safe and tries to do the impossible. Tame this thing from above by dropping meat down to it. And the craziest part? The plan worked. It actually worked. Against all odds, the T-Rex took the bait and they managed to tame it. They had just seized control of the most powerful weapon on the entire island. And that single number right there, 1, that tells you everything you need to know about its power. That's how many hits it took for their new T-Rex to take out other big hostile creatures. Just 1. This capture wasn't just a win, it was a total game changer. It made them the masters of this prehistoric world.
All right, so let's just recap where we're at, because it's a lot. They're not even at 100 days yet, and they've already built a moving fortress. They've captured over 9 different species, and they tamed the apex predator. As you can see, their train is officially full, but the mission? It's far from over. So that leaves us with this big question, right? They've conquered the most powerful predator on land, and their train is packed to the brim. What else could this island possibly be hiding? What other ancient secrets are just waiting to be found? The adventure, it seems, is just getting started.